So hello everyone, good morning. I am Angelina Bantilan, the third reporter of Group 5, and my topic is all about evacuations. There is a situation. So there will be a building evacuations when a fire alarm goes off or when an emergency personnel or the building evacuations team tells you to leave the building. The building should be wearing orange safety vest to show who they are. And this, guys, it outlines the procedures during evacuations and building. So evacuations are triggered by fire alarms or instructions from emergency personnel. Easily identified sila guys by the wearing orange safety vest para mano nga kinsa sila. So in this situation guys, there are things that we need to consider. So the first one is be aware of all exits in your area and building. Find out how to get to work. So yes, we need to aware or familiarize on ourselves sa mga exit signs sa kanang lugar or in that building. The next one is warning. So building fire alarms may stop ringing even if they stop, keep going. So yes, and the building is there are things to that we can't predict. So maybe in the ringing may stop, but always remember that the evacuation must be continued. So the third one is walk quickly to the nearest exit marked with a sign and tell everyone else to do the same. So yes, we need to go quickly where the exit mark with a sign has put, and you need to tell everyone to do the same. So the fourth one is do not use elevators unless you've been told to. So yes, it is important that we all know that elevators cannot be used unless we instructed from emergency teams. So the next slide is assess people with disabilities as they leave the building. So yes, kanang as na mas okay pa than the having disabilities, we need to assess them when they leave in the building. So elevators can be used to help people with disabilities get out of the building only after the building has been found to be safe. So yes, we can use the elevator unless the teams or some emergency personnel will tell everybody that elevators is safety to use. And always get rid of mobility aids like wheelchairs, walkers, crutches with the person if it's safe to do so. So yes, we can also use these mobility aids like wheelchairs, walkers, and crutches if that it is safe to do. And some wheelchairs can be very heavy, so you might have to leave the heavier things at home if you want to use one. So yes, we all know that wheelchairs is so very heavy thing. So that when you use wheelchairs, so some things that it is not very so important or heavy things, you need to ibilin lang sa inyong balay. So the last is ask if you can help, ask if you can guide by the elbow if they are blind or have trouble seeing. So yes, if you know that you have nakakamatabang, so ask them what you can help and ask them or offer them to guide them even if they are blind or have trouble seeing. So the third one guys is make your way to the nearest exit and convergence point outside your building. When you're out of the house, look for people in orange safety vest from the building with evacuation team and ask them how things are going. So when you're nakakasagawa sa inyong balays guys, so proceed ka to the nearest exit and designated convergence point outside, and moadto ka sa mga evacuation team or orange na nagsutog orange vest is ask them if how it's going. Use emergency assembly after you check in at convergence point and or you're told to go there by the building evacuations team leader. But you can also use them when there is an emergency. So, muadto ka sa anang emergency assembly area to use them after nimo i-check ang convergence point or ask kung gisulti sa team leaders. But maka-use ka sa emergency assembly area if kanang emergencies silang siya nga time. So the third one is keep streets and walkways clear to the emergency vehicles and people who need to get there. Then the last F, ask help emergency workers. So kanang ang first is, we need to maintain clear pathways or keep streets and pathways kanang clear for emergency vehicles and personnel. And the last one is kanang ask help sa mga emergency workers if kanang needed. So the next one, guys, is one of the first thing that may happen is that an emergency incident command post or ICP may be set up here the emergency site. Don't keep away from the ICP unless you need to report something important. Don't go back into an evacuated buildings unless you get permissions from a police officer or a member of your building evacuations team at the convergence area. So, ang isulti ani guys is kaning ICP as na siya gibutang or it zips up doon sa emergency sites. And also kanang you need to keep away ani because kanang unless na kay something important nga i-report. And also, it tells ani nga dili ka need mo balik sa building, evacuated buildings unless na kay permissions from the police officers or sa kanang team leader diha sa convergence area. Yes, after an earthquake or other emergencies, the buildings will be checked and marked with a red, close, or green, open, signs so that people know where they can go. Do not go back into the building that hasn't been checked or has no signs. So, ang gisulti ari guys, if if after sa kanang earthquake or kanang lain nga mga emergency is kanang building will be checked, and if marked with siya og red, it means that close. If ang ibutang is kanang green, it means opens. So that is the signs so that can people know if asa sila, if need sila muadto or kanang dili. And ang ilan po ito last is do not go back into the building that hasn't been checked or has no signs. So yes, it is important that we need to know nga if kana nga building is wala ang panga-check or wala sa mga sign is dili gud ta need moadto og balik. Disabilities will be evacuated. So, as soon as possible, people with disabilities or who use wheelchairs should tell their classmates or teachers how to help them in case of an emergency. So, ang resulta is ang kanang mga classmates or teachers pod na nagamit og kanang wheelchairs as kanang pwede sila mo tell sa ilahang classmates ug maestra nga ang saon sila pag-help during sa kanang emergency. And next is people with visual and hearing disabilities should carry a note or tag that says they are disabled. So, it tells that guys is kanang mga tao po nga dili kaayo makakita or hanap-hanap yung ilahang kuan or na sila kanang hearing disabilities. So, ang sulti dili is kanang they should kanang magdala sila og note or tag na nagsulti na they are disabled. So next is those who can't hear should always have pen or pencil and a notepad with them. So mga tao or disabilities nga kanang dili sila makadungog. So ang gisulti ari that dapat should always naa sila pencil or paper or kanang notepad sa ilaha permit. So next one is, in the event of a fire or earthquake, people who use wheelchairs or have limited mobility should move forward to the nearest stairwell and ask for help from people in the area. If help is not available right away, the person should stay in the area and call for help until helps come. People who can speak very loudly should carry a whistle or other way to get the attention of other people. So, ang sugar guys, during kanang evacuate kanang fire or an earthquake is ang mga tao daw nga nagamit og wheelchairs o kanang limited ang ilahang pangliho o is kanang they need to move forward sa nearest stairwells and ask people kung unsay na to. But if the help is kanang wala dayon, so they should stay adto and maghuwat if kanang sa help maabot. And also gisulti pud reasons kanang mga tao nga can't speak loudly is dapat di kanang magdala sila og whistle or bisag unsa nga butang na dapat masik ang attention sa ubang tao para matabangan sila. So the last is they will first check all the exit corridors and stairwells for trapped people. If you know where a person who was left behind is, let the emergency service know. So ang resulted is kanang at first check ilag na i-check ang mga exit corridors and stairwells if kanang na-trap ang mga people. And also if ikaw hibaw ka if asa ang mga persons na left behind, so dapat yun if panahon mo sa mga emergency services. So people with disabilities should be evacuated following these rules. So the first one is make sure you tell the person about the emergency, about the nature of the emergency. So kanang dapat isultian na nga tao of how the situations of the emergencies. So the next one is ask for the person how you can help them. So yes, assist people or offer people sa mo sila pag-help. So if you can, get the relatives, crutchers, wheelchairs, workers with a person. So yes, if makaya pagod sa time during emergencies or kanang pwede nyo makuha ang kaning mga mobility aids like kaning crutchers, wheelchairs, workers, and with that person.